our first act of the evening, doing a wonderful bit of spoken word. Here is Glittasphyxia!
Glittasphyxia is the result of a steamy, slightly awkward affair between Dracula and a Romanian princess, consummated in a dungeon. Alas, the princess died shortly after consummation. Bizarrely for Dracula, it happened regularly. Nonetheless, the dead princess' belly swelled, and within a matter of 3.1 hours, it exploded. A pie, whose pastry cells collapsed, cherry fruits inside escaping, splurging. Amongst this colourful butt was one darn ugly baby, where a feather boa replaced the umbilical cord. Of course, this scandal caused such an outrage that the said baby was sealed in a backpack, preserved with glitter, and thrown into the sea. Years later, this backpack was to be found by a doctor windsurfing not far from home from Swansea, where he and his wife resided. The couple had desperately been trying for a baby, and in a vain attempt, the doctor proceeded to wash the baby in the sea to remove all the glitter from every crease and orifice. That evening, he presented the newly cleaned thing to his wife in an empty post box. They decided the baby was a girl and named her Serena, for it rhymed with Marina, and the doctor would be near the one in Swansea where we found her. And so, for a while, it seemed that his family was normal. As Serena grew up, it became more and more apparent that she was not normal. It began with the hiding. She took to trying to hang upside down in wardrobes or lying under beds. Convinced the sunlight was evil, she would sulk in these places for hours on end. When the doctor and his wife finally produced enough spring of their own, she took to constantly biting it. The final straw was when she built a string web in the house and made sandwiches using pillows and Johnson's shampoo to feed the spiders. In panic, the family shipped Serena off to all girls boarding school in Oxford, hoping that these odd ways would be straightened out of her. Alone instantly, a pigeon who played a fancy dress, whilst the others flocked together, Serena took to playing games, pretending to be tied to trees, to run away to hay bales. The more time went on, the more her apparent lack of ability to keep still, and the need to dive into water whenever she saw it. At 13, when the other girl started bleeding, Serena started spurting glitter. The counsellor told her that she had far too much imagination to do anything sensible of her life, and the best bet was to become an artist. That day was pivotal, and in the stubborn determination to be believed, Serena swore to leave a trail of glitter wherever she went. Future lovers to find their beds, cakes and stuff the morning after. Following the said counsellor's advice, Serena went to art school. She survived the years smoked in a hedonistic cloud. Upon finishing, she set off with eager feet to explore the world with a desperation to be seen. Serena, on some quest for normality, headed straight to Sparkling City. Brought hair straighteners and enough bleach to kill anything that might still live in the Thames. Oh, how she longed for long, blonde hair, soft symmetrical boobies, and perhaps a Teflon coating of ignorance. Serena just wanted to be worshipped by men, to be seen as attractive, feeling as though she was somehow failing if she didn't have a perfect body accessorised with imperfect beauty disorder. She began having sex as if it was about to go out of fashion, a longing for gratification for her ego, to feel sexy, each notch an achievement, a transient self-assurance. The sweaty business wasn't even satisfying. Centred around the phallic squirting, she would pass the minutes fantasising about future dens she could be building. Brought back to reality by a few more hasty thrushes and louder grunts, she'd give a few obligatory moans and roll over. She had learnt during these attached interactions to repress the urges to bite people, waking every morning to flee. The trail of glitter on the sheets, the only evidence that she had been there. Serena's hole was being filled more often than a German can devour a blackbird. She felt completely hollow inside. She could paint her face flawlessly. Her pickup performance was so smooth that men practically handed their bank balance to her, as opposed to just buying booze. The more it went on, the less satisfied she felt. She had long stopped daydreaming, imagining colourful fantasy worlds, rather took to guzzling fluids till the mind was saturated. It was no surprise that one day, in some bleak, intoxicated haze, Serena decided to throw herself off a cliff into the raging sea. Serena didn't die, but how could the story end there? She washed up on a tiny island in the southern hemisphere where she was taken in by the wanu that resided there. This wanu was made up of colourful freaks, each left behind, and how she managed to survive being ravaged for days in sea without asphyxiation. The ethos of this island was to be yourself, to embrace your differences, and to love each individual for their uniqueness. It wasn't long after crossing that threshold that Glittasphyxia forgot Serena and her desires to be normal. Instead, she found she was skilled at pulling wool and feather boas from inside of her vagina. During her time on the island, she learned varying other life skills, being able to tie oneself up and hang upside down, the ability to crush men's ribs between her thighs, and the improper use for ice cubes, and her apparent lack of jack reflexes. Despite being restored with care from her wanu here, Glitter was still not content. A restlessness took over her, still frothing to be in some kind of limelight that the islanders could not provide. So saying goodbye to her wanu, she concocted a boat from a wheelbarrow and sailed back to Wales. Glittasphyxia now resides in Cardiff, a cycle courier by day and a feral egomaniac exhibitionist by night. She indulges in drinking coffee and daydreaming out into windows of future adventures so exhausting that soggy cheese sandwiches become the most gourmet meal ever. She wants to do it all, to explore, to have mad practical skills, but equally to cake her freaky ego in glitter and present it to the world. With a mission to make each day a magical rendition, she takes comfort in wearing impractical promiscuous dresses, den building, Japanese rope bondage, and armed with sparkles, her hunger to explore will not be stifled by the restrictive norms of society. Glittasphyxia is adamant that it is the judgmental, narrow limitations imposed by society, combined with an access of comfort, that spreads a miserable boredom, and she won't be affected. Rather more, her motto for living is the moment, emotions, and extreme sensations. Striving on independence, but completely, hopelessly romantic, Glitter is desperate for love. Glittasphyxia has had several romantic flings since returning to Wales, but she ends up squashing and smothering them with her erratic emotions, massive ego drive, and bizarre sexual desires. She finds herself often pondering, what do we want from sex? What is love? At times, plagued with loneliness, she wonders if her poser ways would cease if she had a body to hug at night. Would she be content with this love? Or does she thrive off promoting her own self-sexualization and objectification? Why can't you be a completely sexualized diva who equally wants to go off camping and take an active interest in the world around you? Therefore, partly to distract herself and partly to prove a point, Glittasphyxia is planning her next adventure. In April this year, she has decided to cycle Las Cymru, Holyhead to Cardiff, 250 miles. Aiming to make a complete, ridiculous spectacle of herself with a hilarious fantastical voyage. In true Glittasphyxia style, every day she cycles, she will wear her full diva get-up, bombarding the Welsh countryside with colour, and of course taking selfies for a duration of the journey. She will be making this trip solo, armed with only her fluorescent pink bike and camping along the way. Glitter hopes that in making this trip she will perhaps challenge the generally considered correct ways of behaviour, break out of comfort zones, and who knows, maybe she'll find a prince along the way. And this is where I'm asking for your help. Despite the amount of time Glittasphyxia spends wrapped up in her own self-interested fairy tales, she also resents this ego, often facing inner conflict between how she slightly yearns for fame, but she won't be blinded to the dire situation that a lot of humanity are in. And why not use her ridiculous exhibitionism to benefit others? Therefore, Glittasphyxia decided to try to raise money for the Women's Refugee Centre in Dunkirk. After years of travelling solo, she recognises the importance of having exclusive female spaces, especially in environments where lives are more vulnerable. The centre provides a space where women and children can socialise, relax and carry out daily routines. And I will be going there to visit the centre in May this year. So if you'd like to support Glittasphyxia on this quest, please consider sponsoring her. You'll be able to follow all the preparations and journey on her blog and Instagram. And so I've got loads of these flyers about Glittasphyxia, which has got all the information of her blog and sponsorship. So if you want to come and ask any questions afterwards, please do.
Glittasphyxia!